Hey, what's up, guys? Gundam here with Outlaw.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
We're here to review the newest episode of Mr.Universe. We are the Crystal Gems, or the new Crystal Gems, I should be saying for real.
Yep.
What'd you think?
I loved it. I thought it was a great show. The premise was very good out of it.
Yeah, the premise of this episode is that while Steven and the rest of the gang are in space trying to save Greg from the zoo, Connie and the other Crystal Gems, Lapis and Peridot, are pretty much doing what they do and staying there just in case Beach City gets invaded or something like that.
Don't forget about Pumpkin.
Oh yeah, and they have this pet pumpkin that's alive and it's cute as heck.
Yes, it is.
And it's funny. They do this kind of pseudo new Crystal Gems, and where they all take a place of one of the gem members, like Garnet and Pearl and Steven and even Amethyst.
So it just Peridot as Garnet. That was just hilariously funny, especially with the sunglasses and all that.
Yeah, she had to get the glasses. And what I liked about it the most is not only did they bring this into a much more lighter tone, especially when you have an episode like the zoo and all that emotional stress of seeing the rose quartz and everything up there in the zoo, to go into a nice lighthearted. I mean, I think it's the first time I've ever seen Lapis really
smile,
pretty much, or do anything other than just a vacant stare, doing the resting face. You already know which one I'm talking about.
Yes.
And it really brought the episode together. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was actually the car wash. Just when the new Crystal Temps, I'm gonna call them, showed up to the car wash, finding out that because Mr. Greg is actually in space right now, no one's there to wash the car. Peridot gets to show off for her powers, and she definitely has matured with her powers, being able to lift a lot heavier things than just a piece of metal into Jasper's heart.
I noticed that too. When I saw her lift the car almost with ease, I was like, this is awesome. So this means that when real fights are going on, we're going to be seeing some better things from her. Same for Lapis and probably from Connie as well too. And to see them like wash a car in like 2 seconds, because I mean she controls water. Lapis controls water, so she can just do that like nothing.
Oh yeah, I like how she was controlling the water. She had that like Magneto look on her. She's putting the fingers on her head, lifting her hands up, and all of a sudden the water's moving with her. It felt like Magneto from X-Men.
I agree, because it made her seem like so much more of a BA character, and the fact that they could do it with ease was fantastic. Now, I mean, they're not saving from danger. They almost cause their own danger.
Oh, yeah. They're almost like internal fighting with each other. Like, we got this picture of that Peridot and Lapis are like happy family now. They're both living in the barn and all that, but there's still some inner turmoil between the two. Yeah,
I would say so. They definitely have some bickering, the back and forth between the two, and it's funny. And it's a really good playoff. They really do work well together. They start fighting. One of the cars gets wrecked, and Sign gets destroyed from the car wash. And then when Steven's finally back, they come back. They go through and they fix the car, because Peridot is great with machines, of course, because she's a Peridot. They fix the sign and everything, because Peridot also used the metal and everything from probably the scrap from the barn. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, more likely from the barn.
And just random metals, and it makes us. It looks like Greg. The episode pretty much ends with everyone's home, everything's awesome, and now that we have this kind of aloof episode, which I think is needed, honestly, at a lighthearted episode after the zoo. Do you think that they'll do another lighthearted episode after this, or do you think you're going to go right into the serious?
Well, the next episode is supposed to be a very interesting story. The next episode is going to be very interesting. It's supposed to be like Storm in the Room, I think it's going to be called, or anything. And the premise of that is Steven goes into Rose's room for answers. So the next episode, I'm definitely going to think it's going to be more story driven, and it's going to be freaking awesome. This light tone story is good. A good break away from that high tension and all that, with Greg being kidnapped by the diamonds, going to the zoo, rescuing him, meeting some more gems out in space, which that's going to be another topic we're going to talk about later.
We're going to be going over a lot of good theories. I have a bunch to go through as well too, and this episode hasn't changed any of my theories either, so you don't have to worry about that.
This episode didn't change much theories at all. It might have brought some like closeness. Like Connie is very good at organization. She's a born leader. Even when Peridot and Lapis were fighting over each other, she kept her head cool and all that, and she pretty much told them, hey, you guys need to act like your age. You are 1,000-year-old gems, but your guys are acting like 9 and 8-year-olds pretty much.
Agreed. And when it comes down to it, if the next episode is going to be him finding answers, think about this. We want answers too.
Yeah.
We want answers a lot. And so we're going to have our before and after, because I know that this is going to be the episode that's going to give us some answers on some of our theories. So we're going to have our theories, then we're going to have the episode, review the episode. We'll go from there on our thoughts afterwards.
Yeah, we were promised answers on the last Steven bomb, and I was thinking we're going to see where Pink Diamond was shattered, what happened to her, but no, Greg had to intervene and get himself kidnapped by Blue Diamond, which itself is like a freaking question by itself. But
yeah, we'll definitely go into more details on our theory video, because I have a lot to say. I know you have a lot to say.
Oh, yeah.
And one more thing before we end this video. If you had to, out of all the Steven Universe episodes from the past couple seasons that have been a standalone kind of story episodes, does this rank high in your list, or do you think that this is one of the ones? Because in my opinion, this is out of the top like 5. This is probably like number 3 in my filler episodes, I would say.
I'm gonna say it's definitely in the top 10, but not in my top 5. There's a couple other stories I like that had a little bit more meat to the bone, I guess you could say. Like Mr. Greg, that was a great standalone episode.
That was a great episode.
And then you got freaking so many other ones at the moment. I can't think of any at the top of my head, but
no, you're right. And there's a lot of good episodes, like even Watermelon Steven episode. I mean, I know it didn't really advance the plot when they were just, he's giving the watermelons to everybody, but it's still a fun episode. Same with Sadie's song.
Oh yes, Sadie's song. That was a good one.
I really like that episode too. I really, down to earth. But again, it didn't advance the plot or really, it advanced the characters. But as of my thoughts, I think that this was a fantastic episode. Glad they did this type of episode now and established more of the human side of the gem character, if that makes any sense. That's my thoughts thus far. Do you have anything left to say?
Well, I know like the fans want more story progression and all that, but you can't have story progression without some of the Beach City episodes and all that. We need to see like Rolando, we need to see Connie. Even though she's now technically considered maybe a Crystal Knight or a Crystal Gem Knight, we need these episodes to actually give us theorists some time to go over some of our theories and all that. Like I know when the Summer of Steven came out last year, we had at least like 2 months of Steven back to back to back.
True.
It really gave us theorists a hard time to actually keep up with this show and keep up with our theories, because one episode could completely change our theories around where it no longer exists.
Exactly. Like if we have an episode that comes up next, like when they went to the upside down pyramid, if we have an episode like that where it's just so much imagery, so much what ifs, all this type of technology, new technology that we never seen, kind of thing, it could throw everything off, and we'll have to see if they're going to take that kind of direction.
Oh yeah. And even maybe in the next episode, it may not be a story-driven episode. It may be another little filler. Maybe Steven goes in there to find out what the ending of a video game is. Like he did that one time when he first went into Rose's room when he wanted to get away from the gems. He played the little RPG golf game.
Oh, yeah.
And that may be what happens. Maybe he goes in there just to find a answer to something irrelevant to the plot.
True.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
I honestly don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening. Not this late in
the season.
And I think that if they go in that direction, a lot of people will not be as happy as they I mean, if they do a good episode, which they normally do, I mean, what's the worst Steven Universe episode?
For me, it'd probably be with the very first episode with that.
Well, I mean, it was the very first episode, so
Yeah.
I mean, they had to start somewhere.
They
but,
did have to start somewhere.
See, that's the thing, though, is that out of all the episodes, I also agree. And so they're going to do a good job no matter what the source material is going to be for the episode. So
Yeah, there's no bad episode of the Steven Universe. So that was just like
there's only lesser good episodes. Like, you can only really... lesser masterpieces are still masterpieces, so it doesn't really take away from the overall story and the overall quality of the show.
Oh yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Give us your comments down below.
Give us a like.
Please, subscribe. The good old stuff. You already know the drill. See if we can get some discussions on this, get some theories going. If you guys have any you want us to discuss or go over,
leave a comment on below.
And but thank you guys for watching, and I cannot wait for the next episode.
Yep.